أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Honorable Dr. Bulal, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Your Worship, Mayor, Maulana Azhar Hanif, Honorable members of the National Assembly, all protocol respected, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the traditional greetings of Muslims. In fact, it is more than a greeting. It is a prayer. I pray that the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you. There is an indivisible correlation between Islam and peace. In fact, Islam and peace are the twin sides of the same coin. However, due to the ghastly behavior of some Muslims, a totally wrong impression has developed in non-Muslim countries and among non-Muslims, and as a result, some parts of the society talk openly against Islam, whilst the others, even though do not speak openly, do not carry a good opinion about Islam in their hearts. This has created distrust in the hearts of the people of the Western and non-Muslim countries about Muslims. And because of this attitude, a few Muslims, instead of the situation improving, the reaction of non-Muslims is getting worse day by day. Today, Islam is perhaps the most misunderstood, the most misconceived religion. This is because some groups of Muslims use unlawful means and suicide bombers, bombing in the name of religion to kill and harm non-Muslims, including soldiers and innocent civilians, and at the same time, to brutally kill innocent Muslims and children. This cruel act is totally unacceptable in Islam. As a result, some non-Muslims have had an unfortunate reaction, and a primary example of this erroneous reaction is the attack on the character of the Holy Prophet, peace be on him, and the Holy Quran, the sacred book of Muslims. What can be the benefit of hurting such sensitivities apart from increasing hatred and dislike? This hatred spurs certain extremist Muslims into committing un-Islamic deeds, which in turn provides further opportunity to a number of non-Muslims to air their opposition. However, distinguished guests, those who are not extremists and who deeply love the Holy Prophet, peace be on him, are terribly hurt by these attacks. And in this, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is at the forefront. Our single most important task is to show the world the perfect character of the Holy Prophet, peace be on him, and the beautiful teachings of Islam. We who respect and revere all the prophets, peace be on them all, and believe all of them to be messengers sent by God, cannot say anything disrespectful against any of them. But we are very saddened when we hear baseless, untrue allegations against our beloved Prophet, peace be on him. Islam teaches us to act with justice and equity, even with our enemy. The Holy Quran says, and I quote, "O you who believe, be steadfast in the cause of Allah, bearing witness in equity, and let not a people as people's enmity incite you to act otherwise than with justice. Be always just. This is nearer to righteousness. And fear Allah. Surely Allah is aware of what you do." Unquote. Chapter 5, verse 9. This is the teaching for peace in society. Never depart from justice, even for your enemy. The early history of Islam shows us that this teaching was followed and all the demands of justice were fulfilled. I cannot give too many examples of this now, but history bears testimony to the fact that after the victory of Mecca, the Holy Prophet, peace be on him, did not take any revenge from those who tormented him, but forgave them and allowed them to adhere to their respective faith. Today, peace can be established only if all requirements of justice are met for the enemy, not only in wars against religious extremists, but also in all other wars. And only such peace is long-lasting. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community, under the guidance of the Caliph Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, has led a worldwide campaign to convey the peaceful message of Islam through all forms of print and digital media. Under his leadership, national branches of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community have launched campaigns that reflect the true and peaceful teaching of Islam, the Islam practiced by the messenger of peace par excellence, the Holy Prophet, whom the Quran says, as is described in the background, he is an excellent model for humanity. Ahmadi Muslims the world over are engaged in grassroots efforts to distribute millions of peace leaflets to Muslim and non-Muslim alike, host interfaith and peace symposia, and present exhibition of the Holy Quran to present its true and noble message. These campaigns have received worldwide media coverage and demonstrate that Islam champions peace, loyalty to one's country of residence, and service to humanity. In 2004, His Holiness the Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community launched the annual National Peace Symposium, in which guests from all walks of life came together to exchange ideas on the promotion of peace and harmony. Each year, the symposium attracts many serving ministers, parliamentarians, politicians, religious leaders, and other dignitaries. His Holiness has traveled globally to promote and facilitate service to humanity. Under the leadership of His Holiness, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community has built a number of schools and hospitals that provide high-class facilities in remote parts of the world. Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, the world is passing through a very turbulent time. The global economic crisis continues to manifest newer and graver dangers almost every week. The similarities to the period just before the Second World War continue to be cited, and it seems clear that events are moving the world at an unprecedented pace towards a horrific Third World War. How can the world avert disaster and chart a course to peace and security for all the people that inhabit this global village? The Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community has forthrightly proclaimed that the only way to ensure peace in the world is for the world to adopt the ways of humility and justice, and to humbly, submissively turn to God, for men to become humane, for the strong to treat the weak with dignity and respect and justice, and for the weak and the poor to show gratitude and adopt the ways of truth and righteousness, and for all to turn to the Creator in utter humility and total sincerity. Again and again, he has reminded one and all that the way back from brink of disaster is for nations to make justice an absolute requirement of their dealings with each other. Even if there is enmity between them, the need to still observe justice, because history has taught us that this is the only way to eliminate all traces of future hatreds and thus build a lasting peace. In his attempt to promote peace, the Caliph has sent letters to several leaders in the world, including the Prime Minister of Israel, the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, the President of the USA, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, urging them all to strive to extinguish the flames of hatred that may lead the world into a global catastrophe. The Caliph has emphasized in his letters this teaching of the Holy Quran, I quote, and let not the enmity of a people that they hindered you from the sacred mosque incite you to transgress and help one another in righteousness and piety, but help not one another in sin and transgression, and fear Allah. Surely Allah is severe and in punishment. And of course, in addition, during his various addresses at reception made in his honor at the House of Commons of the British Parliament in 2008, at the Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. in 2012, at the European Parliament in Brussels in 2012, at the military headquarters in Koblenz in Germany in 2012, the Caliph has explained various facets of Islamic teachings, including loyalty and love for one's nation, Islamic perspective of the global crisis, the devastating consequences of a nuclear war and the need for absolute justice, the pathway to peace, just relation between nations. To mention only a few. And all these have been compiled in a book, which a complimentary copy is available on request. We members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Committee will continue in our little humble ways to promote peace and love, tolerance, justice, and mutual understanding so that we can contribute to create a better world for our children. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having accepted our invitation and honored us with your presence. I would like to end with this prayer. May God Almighty grant us the capacity to display the highest standards of tolerance and respect for each other's sentiments and feelings. May we all become standard bearers for those who display mutual love, affection, and peace. Thank you for your attention.